Welcome to the Cole and Dre podcast. I'm Cole.
And this is Dre. What up, world?
Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you?
Man, I wasn't
And
ready.
this is Dre.
Start it over. I have started over.
We ain't starting this shit over.
Man,
We're
start it
gonna
over,
let everybody
man.
know you're
Start it
not
over,
prepared.
man.
Let me bring my mic up. You weren't prepared, man.
Was over here adjusting my mug.
I know we got edits and different shit we could take, but
Come
we're
right
not
back,
doing
man.
it.
Take two.
No, we ain't taking two. Man.
Okay, well, I'm going to take two then.
Hey, you up already? So
Let's
you
go.
all right now?
I'm cool.
All right, cool. So we have been. First of all, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, ring, ding, 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 ding. Hit that thing, man. Y'all, we appreciate all the support that y'all have given us, and keep up the good work. We'll try to do our part. We kind of got into this just because we thought it was a cool idea.
It's a cool idea.
You know, people were telling me I should do a podcast, telling Dre he should do one. When we started talking one day, we said we was going to do a podcast together.
And we did a podcast.
Now, what we didn't do is we didn't plan this shit out all the way.
No.
But no worries. We about 4 months into this shit, and now we planning it on the
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's actually 6 months.
Has it been 6 months?
Yeah, because we started in November.
It's been kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it's cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to give our show a little structure. You know, normally I come into everything I do with a plan. This was kind of one of them things I said, let's just do it.
We knew nothing about it, though, so it's kind of hard to put plans about something that you know nothing about.
And the crazy part is, you know, like Dre has an actual Instagram. I guess somebody took our Instagram.
Somebody stole that motherfucker. That bitch gone.
I got an Instagram page about a month ago now, and I've never put a post up here. Like, Dre, I ain't looked at this shit no more than 2 or 3 times, like literally. But I'm going to get into this Instagram
Sad but true.
thing, man. But so our original show was supposed to be sports, news, and entertainment. We've been kind of leaving the sports off.
We just been on the entertainment.
You know, we've been kind of on the entertainment sector because that's kind of where our strengths are at.
Right.
But we're gonna
Well,
try
speak
to
for yourself. You know, speak for yourself.
Well, your strengths are more sports.
Okay, yeah. Speak for yourself.
I want to make sure we do sports, business, and entertainment.
Okay,
So sports, business, news, entertainment. We don't do a lot of news.
We don't do a lot of news.
We're gonna kind of leave that to the professionals.
We do news you can use. How about that?
Yeah, we'll give you some news you can use.
Yeah, I mean.
So today we're gonna hit a little bit of sports, man. We got a couple of things. Tom Brady got a $375 million contract for 10 years. And Tom Brady has played in the NFL for 23 years and made, I think, $313 million. Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I ain't gonna look.
Some with a 3 and a 3.
Right. So he's basically gonna make, in half the time, without taking any real risk to his body, the same amount of money.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think it's great.
Is he worth it?
It's Tom Brady.
I think T.O. I did my homework, but I didn't write it down. So, not T.O. Tony Romo makes $18 million.
Tony Romo good.
I think Joe Buck makes $15 million or so, and then they had a couple other sportscasters on there.
Fox giving out that bag though. God damn, Fox.
Well,
Romo with CBS, I think. But Joe Buck is what? No, Joe Buck might be with CBS too. He was with Fox.
This is always. I remember way back when. So I probably have been a different type of thinker always. I remember how I came across who Jerry Reinsdorf was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shit. They was talking about how much Jordan was making. And I said, well, shit, who paying him? And one thing I know, ain't nobody paying you some shit that they can't make themselves. It's rare. They believe they can make some money. If they paying you that, they believe they can make it.
Absolutely.
So that tells me Fox
was getting the fucking bag.
getting the bag.
Shit.
They getting the
Because
bag.
they got a nice roster though. Like shout out to
so
Fox
they
Sports.
Can pay him $37.5 million. I think it's $37.5 million for 10 years, right?
So what do you think? What do you think kind of analyst Brady gonna be? You think he gonna be pretty good? Because Romo's pretty good. Romo pretty damn good.
I don't.
Dan Orlovsky. I think I said that right. Dan Orlovsky. He's pretty good too. I like Dan. Ryan Clark too, man. Ryan Clark do his thing too.
Yeah, Ryan Clark's pretty
Ryan
good.
Clark damn good.
I think all the sportscasters are good. I don't see a bad one. You don't. Tell me who do you think is bad?
Nah. I mean, I'm just shaking my head. I'm trying to think. I really can't name a bad one. That
know,
Monday Night Crew they had, the Monday Night Crew that just broke up, they weren't that great.
Well, you know who was a bad sportscaster to me?
Jason Witten was terrible. I didn't really like Jason Witten either.
I think Magic Johnson wasn't a great sportscaster.
He wasn't a great talk show host.
Right. He said if you see he jumped off for 2 feet. I think when he said that, I never listened to him no more. I'm like, what did this nigga just say?
He was good at a lot of other shit, though, so I guess it worked out for him.
Yeah, Magic.
Motherfucker can't be good at everything.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he got better, though. I watched him get better. It's
Well,
like
no, he good calling games. I think his talk show just was.
Yeah,
He
I don't think he was that great calling games to me.
I'm not mad at him calling games.
Yeah, just
he wasn't memorable calling games though.
Yeah. Well, who was memorable? Who was a memorable sports?
Marv Albert, like you know what I'm saying, like for his basketball, like you know, and John Madden for me, like you know what I'm saying, football.
Howard Cosell.
See, I was, you know,
I was young too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He had a hell of a voice.
For me, it was John Madden because I played the video game. I listened to to his calls. I mean, and Marv Albert, man, you know, he was around when the Bulls was winning. So, you know, you heard, oh, what a move by Jordan. Like, that's so classic. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's you got some good dudes now, though. I like the way Mark Jackson and Van Gundy and the other guy.
Yeah, I like Mark Jackson and Van Gundy.
What's the guy that say bang all the time? I can't think his name, though, but I see his face. He in a little State Farm commercial, All-State commercial, what the fuck that is. But
the guy that says bang.
Yeah, he good.
That's the guy.
Yeah, he good. He good. Yeah. You know who you is.
Yeah, you know who he is.
Cause he done patent that shit because he be right on point with that bang. Like Steph Curry, them Splash Brothers watching him call a game. Like
so speaking of the Splash Brothers, because that's what we're going to transition to, right? So I wanted to mention this thing. Was that something in my eye?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I
can see myself on camera, y'all. So,
it's probably the shine, you know what I'm saying? You caught that look, you know what I'm saying? You over here real icy today. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I threw some on.
Yeah, you threw some on.
Every now and then I put a piece on.
I see you.
I actually have some pieces I ain't worn in a while.
I like.
I'm going to have to break them out, you know?
Yes, sir.
It's funny because I used to feel like I needed to wear something like every day, you know?
I used to too.
Fly, but that shit's so.
Yeah, I don't even care to put it on anymore. Like I got a little bit, I just don't even wear it. If I put it on, I put it on. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah, it's
I'm still a fuck
me.
Yeah, I'm still a fuck me. So.
But in our we're gonna transition to the NBA. I forgot where I was going because you hit me with the icy shit. Now you throw me out.
Well, I mean, you the one said you had some shit in your eye. And I was like, it could have been a reflection, bro. Like, ding, 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 ding.
Right. So,
but before we go, I don't want to make you lose your thought. Do you think Brady gonna be good at his job? We ain't really heard Brady talk. We hear him a little bit. I really haven't watched this little documentary he's been doing.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. So
I
can't make a real assessment on Brady.
Right.
I think from a branding standpoint, what he brings, I'm sure they want him there from a branding standpoint.
Of course, he's Tom Brady.
So he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's Tom Brady.
And of course, I'm a fan of his work, but I people disagree.
I mean, he's going to be an ambassador, too, so he's not just getting paid to talk. So, yeah.
Right. But I'm a fan of his work, but I think he's the luckiest athlete ever to play the game.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't. I mean,
we're not going to do it.
I've often said that. Listen,
we're not going to do him like that.
Tom Brady has never, in one time in 23 years, has he had a defense that ranked on the back end. Think about that. One time in his career as a quarterback, he had a defense that ranked 17th.
Okay.
Now, I think over half of the time he played in 23 years, he's had a defense that's ranked between 7 and under or something.
So
that means he's always had a full team. But what he did do is
he
did
in my
his
wheelhouse
job.
now. He in my wheelhouse. Okay.
No, he did his
there
job.
You go. So,
he did his job.
So do you?
But I think Peyton Manning did his job a lot. And just think about when Baltimore went to that Super Bowl.
You know the difference, though?
Peyton Manning bought them back. And they let Jacoby, what's his name? Jacoby Jones? Is that who it was?
Jacoby Jones.
Get behind him for 70 yards at the end of the game. That does not happen. So let me tell you before you say this.
Okay, let's hear it.
And I want to make sure I'm quoting this right. Deshaun Watson with the Texans in 3 years lost more football games when he brought his team back within a minute or less to play than Tom Brady lost in his entire 23-year career.
Now you done?
I am 100% done.
Okay.
So you tell me.
You say you're done. You say you're done. So, okay. Who you want to start with? I'm going to start with, since you brought up Brady first. Well, let's bring up quarterbacks, period. I'm going to start with Peyton. I'm going to actually start with Peyton.
Okay.
On that Colts team, they was so high efficient, they was running gun, right? Mm-hmm. They 3'd out a lot, right? So they wasn't getting first downs always, right? And you putting your defense back out there. That contributes to your defense not being ranked as high. Versus a quarterback steady getting first downs, your defense getting a little rest before they got to come back to that field position. All that play a part into the defense. So the offense can dictate where your defense ranks. So you can't always look at defensive stats and be like, oh, okay, that was a good defense. It helped the offense. The offense actually, to me, helps the defense. And then with that Peyton Manning team, they was all this. Defense on that field a whole lot with Peyton Manning. Same with Deshaun Watson, even in the championship game against Kansas City. I mean, in the playoff game against Kansas City. We didn't go for it on fourth down, flipped the field. We kicked. We went for it on fourth down. All that played a part of defense having to come back out there and play. Defense only going to get so many stops per game. So if I got a decent quarterback that's controlling the game, controlling the football, yeah, my defense is going to be ranked a little bit higher.
Who's calling the plays?
Probably the head coach, probably Belichick. I don't know. Whoever.
So that means you have a better coaching staff.
But
and one thing we are aware of.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
He didn't already won without Belichick. Belichick ain't won without him.
He won without Belichick. He went to a goddamn defense that was number 1. He went to a defense that had Jameis Winston, who threw more interceptions than anybody. So they were there. Had you put a marginal quarterback in Tampa Bay, they were still going to win.
Jameis Winston, a marginal quarterback.
No, he was fucking horrible.
He threw for 5,000 yards. You can't be horrible in the NFL throwing 5,000 yards.
I'm a fan of Jameis Winston.
I am too.
But you cannot, as you just said, you cannot continue to put your defense back on the field.
I agree. I'm not saying that.
Protect the defense.
I'm not saying that. But
so there's no way.
I'm not saying that.
Listen.
But Tom Brady is not some guy. Like, we cannot do him like that.
No, Tom Brady is.
You just called him the luckiest dude in the NFL.
He's the luckiest athlete ever to me. Not the luckiest guy in the NFL. He's the luckiest athlete.
I can't say that.
Yeah. I tell you who are the two luckiest athletes to me. And I think they were good. And this is an unfair comparison, but Tom Brady and Robert Horry are two of the luckiest motherfuckers to ever play sports.
Tom Brady, Robert Horry, two of the luckiest motherfuckers. Now, that's kind of a stretch, though. I can't put Tom and Robert Horry in that same
I knew you were going to say
that's
that.
That's a stretch, though, bro.
But Robert Horry stayed in the right system that fit him. Tom Brady, I have not seen Tom going to the fucking Bucks. Come on, man. He went to the Bucks. It's just like what's his
40,
name?
Though.
What's Gruden? John Gruden.
At
John
40,
Gruden
though.
took he went and got that Buccaneers team in what was that 2003? That when they let Tony Dungy go, 2003, 2004, somewhere.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, 2002. The team was ready.
Yeah. But he wasn't as conservative as Gruden, though. Gruden wasn't as conservative as Dungy. Dungy relied on the defense. He wanted to hand the ball to All-Star. He wanted to rely, run the ball. Gruden kind of let it fly a little bit with Keyshawn and Johnson.
Kudos to Gruden.
He's a good coach.
But he's a good coach. But I'm saying,
Dungy
when you go to a team that's already ready.
Yeah, but football is not already ready. Football is not one of them you plug a guy and it take off. It ain't like that in football.
You're so right. And I
like
did that on purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
What I'm telling you, I did that on purpose, what I just did to you, right? So you're right. So coaching is extremely important.
Yes, and the quarterback.
A quarterback is
look at the Rams.
Extremely important.
Because Matthew Stafford looked like shit. Well, he didn't like shit. He just wasn't winning shit in Detroit, but
Matthew Stafford's been a good quarterback.
He's been a cool. I agree.
So,
but he had to go to a winning system. He had to go to somebody that was.
He had to go to somebody that could fucking coach. Coaching is ultimately important, and you can say he won without Belichick, but damn, yeah, you went to a team that was just right there. Bruce Arians ain't no throwaway ass coach.
He
went to a team that was already there. I'm doing a podcast. When I finish, I'm going to call you. All right. Bye, go ahead.
But to say Brady's lucky, Brady is actually.
No, he's good. I can't say. Now, listen, let me stop.
Brady's an elite quarterback.
Stop. He is 100% an elite quarterback.
So to say he's lucky and elite, that just don't go together to me.
Yes, it do.
Not to me. We can't say lucky and elite.
What is luck? Luck is preparation, meaning opportunity.
They say when you play with skills, good luck will happen. So,
luck is preparation, meaning opportunity. He stays prepared.
He's the most prepared quarterback
that comes his way.
He's
so
the most.
I can respect that.
So what differentiates the good from the greats? Like, what differentiates? What was the difference between Peyton and Brady? What would you say that's different? Coaching. So you saying Brady? You saying Peyton didn't have good coaches?
Yeah, decent coaching. I thought Tony Dungy was a great coach. I think.
Well, I just say Dungy is a great coach. What you mean? He just was more of a defensive coach, but he's a great coach.
Yeah, I just said I think he was a great coach. So I think Belichick's a great coach. I think the staff that they've had around Brady, the system that they ran, plus I don't believe Spygate was just Spygate. I believe the motherfuckers was cheating the whole time.
I believe everybody cheating.
So and I was gonna
the Texans, you motherfuckers need to cheat. Fuck.
Please, Texans cheat a little bit. Shit, it's just win.
But what I'm saying though,
Super Bowl this motherfucker.
But what I'm saying though, I think
spy on all these people. Help us, shit.
I help you. Hire me.
Shit, put me on payroll. I help y'all.
Facts. But I just think Brady get a bad knock. Brady is one of the best. He's the fucking best to ever do it. as far as the quarterback position. If
That's
the
7 fucking Super
but
Bowls.
that's what I'm
How
saying.
can I say
But if
he's
that's
not?
the most important position, he's been the best player at that position for a very long time.
I am a fan. I'm a fan of good work. I'm a fan of good
You
work.
called it luck.
The man work is good.
You called it
But
luck.
he's also been extremely fortunate.
You called it luck.
He's been extremely
Why?
fortunate.
Why can't it? Like we always say, okay, Phil Jackson did go in without Jordan, but he wanted a nigga just like Jordan. I mean, fuck, how fucking hard was that to do, right? Belichick, you got to prove now. I done went to Tampa Bay. I don't fuck what you say. I still went there and got it done.
And I'm
And
pretty
barring injuries last year, he probably would have went back to back. Had Antonio Brown flipped out, or had what's my boy number 14, the receiver got hurt towards ACL, Chris Godwin, and we fuck around. Be talking about Brady with back to back Super Bowls.
So what happened now? If what?
Antonio Brown.
If my auntie was my uncle, she'd have nuts.
All fair, but the fact that he went to the playoffs.
If my auntie had nuts, she'd be my uncle. That's what I was
had
gonna
more
say.
touchdowns, threw for more yards.
So if my auntie was my uncle, if my auntie had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
He should have been MVP this year. They gave Aaron Rodgers, but he should have been MVP.
If my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle too.
All that's true.
Okay.
All that's true.
If.
But I'm just saying, we're not saying like that was luck. We're saying like he still had enough skill to be considered.
Hey man, listen.
At
Let
42?
me explain. Let me look at the camera. Tom Brady is
I'm not gonna
arguably
with that.
the greatest quarterback ever to play the game. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say arguably. He is the greatest quarterback to play the game.
What more you got to do to be considered the best?
He is the greatest quarterback to
As
play
he
the
should,
game.
yeah, he's the best.
But we're saying he's the greatest quarterback.
You
to play
saying
the game.
luck? I just disagree with luck.
I think I'm not going to say luck. He's fortunate.
I think
It's a
Brady would have
difference.
did that on a lot of teams though, not just New England.
You think he would have did it on a lot of teams?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's just like Jordan wouldn't have done what he did without the core group that he had on a lot of teams.
Once again, you can't say that because only 3 people got all 6 rings. Only 3 people. People think that, but as long as you got me, we can switch this shit out.
I'm a Jordan fan. I can't.
So you know what I'm saying. So I'm not. You know, Belichick knew. As long as I got this dude.
Who was the 3? It was him, Pippen, and who?
And Phil. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You can't name everybody on all them teams that got all 6. Nobody did, except for them 3.
Really?
Positive.
This is why we got Dre over here for sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
just saying.
sports
So
shit, man.
you know, people always talk about this. We had these arguments about who did what. Like, man, we had all these interchangeable parts. You had me. I'm the consistent. I'm the uncommon denominator. Me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Belichick.
Well, and Brady.
I can get rid of these high price ass receivers. I can get rid of this dude. I can get rid of that dude. He didn't spend no money nowhere. Paid a few players on defense.
kept the goddamn quarterback.
Yeah, kept the quarterback. He's taking pay cuts.
Shout out to you, Tom Brady. You are the greatest, most fortunate player ever to play any sports ever.
Not the most fortunate. You are the
Yeah,
greatest quarterback
he's the
ever.
greatest and the most fortunate.
You are the greatest quarterback ever. You are the most prepared quarterback. You're one of the most accurate quarterbacks. You have one of the best arms in the NFL.
Definitely.
You are an elite quarterback.
And you had one of the greatest coaching systems, one of the greatest coaches of all time, with one of the greatest systems
We don't
of all
know.
time.
We don't know if he's the greatest coach of all time because that coach ain't won shit before me or after me. So we don't know he's the greatest. We just assume he's the greatest because he had Brady for 20-something years. So
Somewhere down the line, Belichick figured some shit out. And I believe a lot of the shit he figured out was he figured out how to, spy on motherfuckers and do a little insider trading.
But he
Because
also
they do that in football. I know they probably paying somebody
but
on the practice squad to give us the plays and shit. Nigga, you broke.
But he also
What y'all was running this week?
He also had the luxury of having 12 back there.
Yeah, the luxury of having Tom Brady.
Now, till he go in without 12,
Hey, do you think they do that, though?
hell yeah, I believe
You think
so.
they playing one of the practice
I believe
players?
so.
I'm pretty sure they do that.
I mean, I would.
Why? Exactly. That's what
I
I'm
would,
thinking.
I mean,
Yeah, I would do it. Hey man, that dude making $100,000 a year, man. Give him,
But I'm
give him
just
another
saying,
100, man. Give us the plays,
Belichick. I'm going to say he's a good coach because that's what the narrative is about him. So I'm going to ride with that narrative. I think he put the X and O's together for a lot of things, but until he went without 12, 12-1 without him is, like what we saying.
12-1 without him. All right, listen. So we're gonna transition a little bit because we are going to agree that we disagree, and that's what you can do when you got real partners that are reasonable people, right?
Yeah.
You just say, you know what? You don't know what the fuck you talking about. We gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Now, Brady, you want to cut that check and make me part of the fan club? I get on his ass every day about you, bro.
Hey man, so let's switch over a little bit to the NBA because one of the things we were talking about prior to coming on was the changing complexion of the NBA. What and when I say the changing complexion, what I'm saying, you got Steph Curry, you got Tatum, you got Klay Thompson, you got just a plethora of mix players.
No, fuck that. We talking about Jokic winning this back-to-back MVP. Some bullshit.
And now you've got the foreign players that are coming in. A bunch of these players, if you go back, were black as me. That shit ain't happening no more.
Well, if you go
They
back,
moving our black ass out. Y'all see that? They want to tone it down.
But if you go further back, it was all white.
Keep that camera on me, Travis. Bring it back. Y'all don't know if they want no. Hey man, I'm that real black shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that real dog ice nigga. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want. We don't do well. And well, Jordan did.
Black Messiah.
Jordan did. But how many other players were black as Jordan that were that got that many fucking endorsements? He was just that damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you're a sports fanatic. Shaq, you a black motherfucker too. Yeah, he is
Shaq.
black. You black and motherfucker, Shaq.
Yeah.
Is Shaq black and motherfucker?
Yeah, Shaq black motherfucker. Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, you black and motherfucker too. Yeah,
so
Kevin black.
I mean, we went from to the really, really, really white NBA to the brotherhood coming in. You know what I'm saying? We got a few light skinned brothers in the land.
I'm thinking of. I'm trying to think.
I mean, that's the NBA.
Because I think of like black ass Vernon Maxwell's and
he was a part of it. So
and
really
what's my man Anthony Mason?
Yeah,
you
they
know,
couldn't fuck with him like that either.
Huh?
They weren't gonna fuck with them too.
You know, I mean,
Mace rest your soul, baby. But yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, rest R.I.P. Anthony Mason. That's right, he did pass away.
Yeah.
Condolences to you and your
Mason
family.
wore tracksuits and Yankee fitters. They weren't fucking with him as a face of the NBA.
Yeah. Iverson was probably the start. You little half light ass nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Nigga like your complexion and shit.
Yeah.
A little lighter than you. You know
Well,
what
Bron ain't the lightest motherfucker either. But you
Who?
know, Bron, he super.
Bryant.
Bron, LeBron. D Wade, all of them dudes kind of on the darker side. So I don't think that little argument I really like.
No, you got to look at it though. I'm saying if you look at the transition of what's happening, because I'm going somewhere here.
I mean, they want a white star.
Like the preacher say, I'm going somewhere.
The
Y'all right,
NBA,
I'm going somewhere.
The NBA probably would want a white star because Luka's pretty damn good. I got a lot of fuck with Luka. But Joker's two back-to-back MVPs. I feel like that about Steve Nash. Like, you give him one, you don't give him two. Shaq only got one, man. That just don't sit right with me.
Did Kobe got back-to-back? No, he didn't. No, he did not. No, he did not.
He only got one. So, I mean,
he did not.
But they changed the criteria. It used to be the best player on the best team. Then it went from, they made it's a narrative they wanted to,
Well, I have a problem with Jerry West. And this, I don't care. I'm like this. If you good, you good. I don't care if you white or black. If you cut like that, you just cut like that. How you just bragged on Tom Brady?
I fuck with
cut
Tom.
like that.
And
so
I
it doesn't matter if you white or
Tom
black.
Too, though. So I was that dude like, damn, Tom, maybe you a system quarterback. Like, and I got to thinking, and I got to looking at the game a little bit different. I'm like, hold on, this man steady winning without all these motherfuckers disappearing. So
Yeah, he tough. We can't take that away. But what I'm saying is, what was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? Shit, I forgot. What was I saying, Dre? You trying to laugh it off because you don't even remember.
No, I want to remember. I was about to say what the fuck it was.
I was talking about black ass players.
Then we went.
I said I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, you said he was going somewhere.
So, but the reason why the NBA is lightening up, and this is serious. Like we talking. I'm joking, but the reason it's lightening up is a couple of reasons. There are two things that's happening in all the sports, right? You have that's happening in the NFL, that's happening in the NBA. As far as Major League Baseball is concerned, are you taking a call while we on air?
Nah, I'm not taking a call. He just FaceTiming, so I popped in my boy.
Are you serious?
Hold on, man. He can't see me on camera. He can't even see my phone.
That's not professional.
It wasn't. Your phone rang 3 times. Let's go. We're not professionals. We're just some guys.
You're right. I was gonna think.
Gotta
I was
remember
gonna
that.
say that. Yeah.
We guys.
So but here's some serious shit on what's happening with the NFL, the NBA, even Major League Baseball, all of the major sports. Something that's really happening that's unfortunate. You used to see kids, they used to talk about Duke's program a lot, where Duke brought in these kids from well-to-do families. They had a certain type of kid, 2-parent home kid, well-mannered, well-spoken kid that had been groomed throughout high school all the way through, from Pee Wee all the way through. Those were the Duke players. Now, that is the system of the NBA. If you look at the bulk of these kids that are making it to the NBA, it's going to be very rare that you see kids that come from poor communities. You see a kid coming from Fifth Ward, Acres Home, South Park, Sunnyside, wherever in any ghetto in the country. The only way that kid is going to make it now is if somebody sponsors him on their AAU team early. Without that, that kid's not going to make it.
You think because they're getting priced out? You think? Why do you think that? I'm curious. I mean,
Well,
I think you're onto
it's,
something, but
it's pretty simple because what's happening is you have. I got a friend of mine.
Is it just basketball, or
No,
is
it's
it all
not.
sports? Okay.
It's all sports because you got to understand the people that have the money. Right, this is what's causing the gap between the rich and the poor. You got Shaqs, you got Hardaways, you got whatever we want to say. All of these dudes had kids, and they have a network. They understand how the game is played. They're plugging their kids into this network, and even the people that haven't been a part of the NBA as a player, whether it be referees, whether it be people that businessmen that just have money, there's a fine-tuned network that has been put in place, and people are plugging their kids in there. And if you can't afford to plug your kid in, your kid is not going to make it.
Oh, I
don't care how good your kid is. These kids are being taught at 4 and 5 years old the game of basketball, the game of football from an intellectual level. And I don't care how much talent you have. If you give me a kid that has all the speed in the world, and you give and he's this great athlete, but now you give me another kid that doesn't have as much speed, but he's still fast. But his IQ knows you're going to be here. I just got to beat your ass to this spot. And that's whether it's football or basketball. He marginalizes that kid because his IQ is so much deeper. By the time that kid gets to high school, he's not there with him. And I got a friend of mine. He's spending about $30,000 a year on his son just in AAU games, just traveling. You have a lot of parents don't even make $30,000 a year.
I agree.
And it's only $2,500 a month.
I agree, but
How can I compete with your kid?
But I agree. But I think it's. I don't think it's all positions in football. I think the quarterback probably get that kind of treatment, get that kind of training. Getting ahead of the curve. I think that
linemen are getting that kind of training.
I'm just saying some, but I think you can still make it at the other position. I think the quarterback has to be technically sound. Like it's too much technique to play quarterback. Too much. You gotta know a lot of shit to play quarterback. Not saying you have to know a lot of shit to play other positions, but I think the quarterback is the most intricate spot on the field. So I think that time gets put into making a quarterback. Like, because all kids can't play quarterback, so I think that time gets put into quarterback. So I can agree with you on that sport. Basketball, I think talent usually catches up. So, I mean, now kids have probably a shooting skill set, and they're probably getting trained on shooting the ball because the game is played that way now. Mm-hmm. And I think parents are putting money into that, like off the court training, like, drills and skills, stuff like that. But I think at a certain point, like some people, basketball is an athletic sport. So the athletes, you can't teach athleticism. You can teach some skill sets, but you can't really teach athleticism. So I think the better athletes will catch up to the better skill players at some point. But baseball, it's just unaffordable now. Like, I mean, my little man's played travel baseball years ago, and that shit was expensive then. So I can only imagine what it is now. And there's no when I come up, we played in the Boys and Girls Club, like, you know what I'm saying? Or I smoke at Jasper Park or wherever, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was, free for a sense. But now it's like, I don't know what it is at those parks anymore, but baseball's expensive as hell. And, the equipment is expensive. Everything you need for baseball is expensive. So I think that's the sport that I think is the most in danger. I think you're still going to be able to find the LeBron. You still be able to find the Kobe's, like, you know what I'm saying? I think they out there in the mix because kids want to play basketball. And they'll get discovered within that pool of basketball, whether it be on an AAU team that's great, because they pick and dudes on other AAU teams. You might have a bum AAU team, and I got to go, like, let me get your kid.
But the first thing is, how do I get to that AAU team? Because you got to think, I know some kids that, there's a little girl that, we were going to sponsor. It's just kind of, it makes it difficult sometimes to sponsor certain kids because now you have kids that have 4 or 5 brothers and sisters, and now it's like they're getting special treatment, and the parents are penalizing this kid who's really good and are not letting these kids join different AAU teams because you can't take all their kids. Some real ghetto shit, but this happens.
It happens,
and it's unfortunate.
It happens, but it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, like, as a parent, and you got to recognize, if you recognize that in your kid, sacrifices have to be made. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that you got to deal with. But I do see that both ways, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you try to be an equal, but some.
What do you mean you see that both ways? Hold on. What you see both ways?
I can see why a parent would hold their kids back in fear of isolating their other kids because they can't go. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you can't shoot. You can't run.
I mean, I'm saying,
Sit your ass down.
But as a parent, though, I might not be.
No, this is
Hold on,
business.
hold on.
Okay, please.
But as a parent, I might not see that side as a business. I might just see these are my kids. I got to treat them fairly because we living within our means. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got to take everything off my plate, I mean, for some parents. Not for me, but I'm saying for some parents, that's bullshit. But I mean, in my opinion, I can see it both ways.
Okay, so.
I can see it both ways.
Okay. I can't, and I'm not going to try. But,
Of course not.
Right, I'm not going to even try that. That makes sense to me.
Because, I mean, like I said, we're not in that household, so we can't say that, like, those other kids might not feel a certain way. Did you have siblings? You got siblings, right?
Yeah, I had a little brother.
You got a little brother?
Just one brother.
Right, so do you remember your mom telling you, hey, you can't go let your brother go?
Yeah, I hated that shit.
Right.
I thought it was the most bullshit ever.
Right, so as kids, as parents, why do you think they do that?
She didn't know no better.
And she might not know no better, so I can see it both ways. Because I went as a kid, take your brother with you.
Right. Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
All right, you make a point there.
You know
I got you. I got you. That makes sense.
Thank
That
you.
makes
You
sense.
Travis,
No, I mean, I'm a reasonable guy, man. If you tell me something that reasonably makes sense.
I'm just logical.
But what I'm saying on that is, this is what I'm really trying to convey because, and there's a particular situation, and I don't want to, throw the guy out there, but I feel like his parents are the reason he's not in the NFL right now. His kid was great, man, and I was sponsoring the kid at one time, right? And the parents started to ask me to, well, why am I only helping this one kid and not helping the other kids? And if I couldn't get him $500 a month, because they see what I'm trying to do and all this other shit. I'm like, shit, I was helping this kid from the bottom of my heart. I ain't finna help y'all like that. I mean, and it really put me in a bad situation because it wasn't that I couldn't pay the $500 a month. It was just a situation where I felt like
you didn't want to be extorted.
Yeah, I just couldn't be extorted. You know what I mean? Like, so you're gonna extort me.
Let me find out.
You're gonna extort me because you don't want you know what I'm saying? Because I'm helping your kid and not helping you.
So okay, so you was just ahead of your time because I'm sure that with this NIL stuff, name, image, and likeness stuff, or whatever. Like Deion said today, like it's pay-per-view now with some of these big schools. So.
With some of what?
With some of these big schools, he's saying it's pay-per-view, like, whoever coming with the biggest, So as a parent.
Is that what Deion said?
Yeah, he said it today. But it is pay-per-view, like, because you can pay kids now. So it's not about your name, image, likeness. It's about, hey, we Ohio State. We want you.
Yeah.
Come on through. But not just throwing Ohio State under the bus. I'm just saying I think that's what he's referring to.
I kind of think you're throwing under the bus.
Nah, fuck Ohio State.
Why was that the name? Why was that the first name you mentioned?
Because it's a big school.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, Texas. Pay everybody.
Fucking
we
right,
ain't
Texas.
won nothing since fucking 2006.
Yes.
Man, what's going on?
Yes.
Y'all are in the biggest.
Y'all are the richest.
Y'all the richest fucking school. Pay them all. Man, bring that shit back to these goddamn Longhorns. Man, bring that back.
But
man, come on, go ahead, man.
But what I was saying
shit running
is
me
like,
crazy.
It's like, as a parent, like, shit, I see what's going on. You trying to, get my son, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me $500 a month. Are you mad at that? They getting it early.
Yeah, I mean, they just
wrong.
Right
nigga.
idea,
nice
wrong.
Try, right idea,
wrong, nigga. That's all.
Nice try,
wrong.
That's what I was getting at. Cause
right idea, wrong.
I think
guy.
that happens more often than not. Like these dudes come in, see these kids, especially basketball, probably see these kids and.
Yeah, they cuffing them, yeah.
Now you his mentor. Now now you walking them to the AAU teams. You walking them in the Nike. You walking them in the.
Yeah.
Now you the guy that they got to come talk to get ahead of this kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not the parent anymore. So yeah, I'm not mad at the parents for saying. Hey.
Well, I think for me, if I was looking at it like that, had I been looking at it, I was really pure at heart at the time. So I mean, it's like I'm being pure at heart,
right.
Like you know what I mean, trying to help this kid,
right?
And.
Unfortunately, that's the nature of the business, though.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Especially, I mean, I don't know so much about other sports, but I know basketball because basketball used to that fast track. Basketball is that fast track to the bag because you ain't got to wait no 3 years. You can go be one and done. You ain't got to do none of that. Yeah. Football, you got to wait 3 years, so it take a little nurturing to get to the bag. But basketball, but
back to where we started, which was the
complexion of the league.
The complexion. Do you see it though? I mean,
I hear where you're going with it, but I don't.
Is it something that you've seen?
I don't think the lighter skin complexion guys are going to be able to, who we got? We got LaMelo. We have Jason Tatum. I mean, I guess
You
Joker.
got Clay. You got.
Luka.
I mean,
well, Clay's not going to be that guy that they're going to make the face right now. He's done pretty much. Not done, but he's on the downside.
no, it's not about who they make in the face of the NBA. That's not it. I'm saying the complexion itself is changing. You see more foreign and more mixed players. And I think that's going to only increase.
I think that's just America. I mean, I think that's just the world. Like, people are making more mixed babies, so you see a lot of these light-skinned brothers out here playing ball. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's more of an international problem, like just a world problem. Like,
And I'm not. This is not an issue that I have with
No,
it
facts.
whatsoever. But what I'm saying, because I understand why. It's unfortunate.
But I think if we take the top 20 NBA players, it's not that many light-skinned NBA players. Like, far as that complexion to make that argument is what I'm saying. But if we compare them dark as Jordan, dark as LeBron, I mean, you know.
So what? So you know what I'm gonna have to do then? I'm gonna do some research and see what's the top 20 scoring NBA players.
That's
And
fine. That could be misleading, but I mean, you know.
that could be misleading. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, you know. But I'm saying, if you just this is off the top. I mean, the top 5 players, like you got KD, LeBron.
Top 20 scoring NBA players for the year 2022.
He gonna Google the shit over there. Cause Embiid probably 1, LeBron probably 2.
I forgot. I'm bleed black and motherfucker too. So maybe my argument ain't as well as I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. Cause
No, it is. The complexion is still changing.
Okay. Devin Booker, Jokic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry.
Why Google just don't give you the shit you asked for directly? Why y'all give me all this other shit? I don't want all that. I just wanted you to give me exactly what I asked for.
Damn, I let Papacito close on me.
You let Papacito's close?
You let Papacito close.
I
You knew
did.
What she was doing. Yeah,
This
you
is
knew
my
what she was
fault.
doing. You knew
Okay.
what she was doing.
So let's see. So in 2021, Steph Curry led the NBA in scoring.
That was last year.
Yes. Damian Lillard was number 2.
He's not like.
Jokic was number 3.
Okay.
Bradley Beal. So let's see.
This year, that's totally different though.
So Luka, number 5. Giannis, number 6. Devin Booker, 7. With Julius Randle. Jason Tatum. Zion Williamson. What is this? Nikolai? Whatever the hell his name
For
is.
Orlando.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Trey Young, another light. Zach LaVine, another light.
Yeah, but
De'Aaron Fox, I don't know.
Black dude. But them ain't the top NBA players. They just probably the top scorers. They're not the top players. They're not the top all NBA. Look at the all NBA team, and that'll give you what the league looking like. If you really think that, but that's not really, you know.
Okay.
I like Trey though. Trey get down.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it from a racist standpoint.
So why are you saying it?
I'm saying because I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention to what's happening throughout the country and throughout the world. As I've said before.
That's a true statement, though.
Right. So as I've said before, what people really have failed to realize is, why do they fear black men?
Because of the media.
No. We are the only race. We can change the complexion of the world quicker than any other race.
Oh, okay. Well, that too.
As I said, I had a good friend of mine. I ain't gonna make you feel bad, not because you won't feel bad, but I'm just out of respect for your
if
daughter.
everybody
But
come from us though, so like,
listen, right, exactly. So let me tell you, this is some crazy shit. So in 1991,
do I expect anything less?
no, in 1991, I saw a picture. So it's my partner, his white girlfriend, and their baby, and their mother and father. I told you about this, right?
Story, yeah.
So
They've heard it too.
let's go back in, I think probably 2015 or so. They took another picture. Now it's the homie. He not with the girl no more, but he's still in the picture, right? It's his daughter, and she married to a black dude, and it's their grandbaby. And the white parents look totally out of line, and the white girl, because they non-existent in 2 generations. It's like they look like outsiders.
Right.
And that picture made me look and say, this is why they don't want us sticking out with nigga dicks and them girls.
Wow.
Hey, you know, can I say that?
No, you can't.
Hey,
we
Travis.
can't cancel. It's over with. It's over with. We did. We was doing so good. It's over with now. It was so good.
Travis, you know what?
It
Hey,
was good
Travis,
while it lasted.
hey, on the real, bleep that shit out, Travis.
Shit, this shit over with.
Travis, you can let my mouth go, but make sure you bleep that shit out. Hey, all right, man, we gonna let y'all go, man.
This man here.
It's a wrap from here,
You
man.
just fucked up the church's money, man.
Hey, man, listen, man. So we gotta edit some things on there. You can leave that part in there, Travis, but not that. I'm saying leave the part that I said something that was right.
You was right.
But
You was right.
it was not politically correct.
It's never politically correct coming from you.
That was not politically correct, so I'm gonna edit that. That's the good part about that. But yeah, we're gonna edit that. But this has been an interesting topic tonight. I've let Papa those close on Dre. He's not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it.
I think they closed at 10 tonight, though.
It's Thursday. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
I'm definitely gonna try to.
So I'm gonna let him get the Papa those. I gotta get to the house, chop it up with my son, and we thank y'all for tuning in. I really want to know what do y'all think about the changing complexion of the NBA, as well as the Tom Brady. Is Tom Brady worth it? And is he the most fortunate quarterback ever, or is he just the greatest?
I'll go with the latter.
Okay. So with all that being said, thank y'all for tuning in to the Cole and Dre podcast. I am Cole.
And this is Drake, and we out.
Peace. Hey, Longhorns, go start paying these people.
Hey, man, what time it is, man? Hey, relentless, hey, hey, hey. Hey, Cole, boss straight, two mother, watch your mouth. No count, all facts like what you talking about. Boy, listen and pay attention to what we talking about. We can show you how to make 100,000 in the drop.
You ought to be happy your old man come home.
But that nigga ain't no father of mine.
The only thing on my mental is to get in contact with my son and right my wrongs.
That shit ain't stop my mama from getting killed.
You stole him from me with that fucking kid.
I'm glad he out and all that. I need you to keep him out the way for me. Out the way? That nigga just got home. He already got you shook?
All I'm saying is, this new plug we have, shit, the whole team gonna eat.
Just make sure you do it. Because if you don't,
Man, listen to me, Jay. Marco gave Jordan 3 days to pay that money back in full. Or he canceled. No bullshit.
the only way to get revenge for family is through family.